Hi, my name's Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Jeep Renegade, then I'll take you for a ride in it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 1.6 MultiJetII Limited, 2016 on a 16 plate, has done 35,539 miles. Fuel economy, urban 55.4 miles per gallon, extra urban 70.6 miles per gallon, and combined is 64.2 miles per gallon. A 0 to 60 time of 9.8 seconds, top speed of 111 miles per hour out of a 4-cylinder 118 brake horsepower 16 valve engine. Lovely car, traditional Jeep grille, and you'll see this design throughout the car. It looks like it's stamped on everything and embossed in the seat. The old front of the Jeep, and I've got a soft spot for Jeeps, so I like them. Front parking sensors, and for the shape of it and the miles per gallon it does, I don't see how it can, but anyway, those are the figures that I've given you, and they're the official figures. Whether you can get them or not is another thing. So the wheel arch protectors, multi-spoke, kind of snowflake design alloys, Bridgestone tyres all round, all with good tread, the silver mirror backs and the silver roof bar carrier system, black window surrounds, rear privacy glass, again this the plastic sill and bottom of the door protector to match the wheel arch protectors. I like this shape. I think we should all go back to either the 3-box shape or the 2-box shape, the new shapes. Integrated rear tailgate spoiler, again privacy glasses carried around into the back window. I always go to look for the release under there, but it's actually down here. So plenty of room in the back there. Back seat split 60-40, hard rear load cover. We've got a power socket in the back there, reversing sensors in the bumper, and has a rear tow bar, single socket on it, so it looks like it's just been used to pull a trailer. Nice, neat, squared off back of the car. When you're reversing, even though it's got reversing sensors, you still know where you are. If you can see this window, that's the back of the car. Really good functional car. I went to work for Jeep in 1999, I think it was, and the first car that I had to go out in was a Jeep Cherokee, and I'll tell you a bit more of the story later, but this is easy enough to get in. A Jeep Cherokee was virtually impossible. The doors were minute, and when the front seats were back, there was hardly any space in the back. And I also, I'd done my back in, and I had to go out for a demonstration with this couple. And I'm not kidding, I couldn't get in the back, and I had to dive in like that and lie on the back seat. So this is happier times now, and a lot better design. Having said that, the Jeep Cherokee, I think it was 20 years old. The design was 20 years old when we got it. Car's mint in the back here, just being careful to make sure I get my feet on the mats there. Lovely perforated leather, and I think it is leather, but don't take my word for it these days. There's all sorts of stuff to use. We've got the silver speaker covers, and in the speaker covers again you see the traditional grille design embossed. It's marked on just about everything, and you can see a Jeep coming from miles away and recognize the front. They've kind of stuck to the values without sort of changing them like perhaps BMW have, and I suppose Audi to a certain extent. So it's a really nice traditional car, and I do like it. Okay, I'll just take you for a ride in it. There's the Jeep key, proper ignition lock. If only it had a proper handbrake instead of one of these electric things, but I'm afraid they're all like that these days. And as you can see there, the Jeep grille motif embossed in the seat, in the speaker covers. I saw it somewhere else. Oh, there you go, in that cover there. So very proud of their old heritage. I suppose the old Willys Jeep. Oh, here we go. Let's just service history. 12th of 6, 2018 at 14,822 miles, Arnold Clark. 19th of the 6, 2019, 22,478 miles, Arnold Clark. 14th of the 12th, 2020 at 32,811 miles, Arnold Clark. And we've done 35,000 and something now. Just height and reach adjustable steering wheel. Just get that bit further down. And could do with the seat going a bit further down as well. That's way up. There we go. So handbrake off. We've got the eco button there, or stop start I think. So we'll knock that off as well. And away we go. Okay, just checking the door mirrors there, just get them right. So as I say, really nice car. If you want something practical, there's bags of headroom in it, loads of room in the back, plenty of ground clearance, as you can see from that car park there. And quite enjoyed the drive up. It's manual gearbox, nice enough. No, it's actually it's got quite a good feel to it. I've got to say, it really kind of clicks into gear, but nice and smooth, light clutch, and yeah, I like that. Leather seats, good level of specification. We've got the touchscreen sat nav. It's got Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming. Let's say you can. I'll just put the map on there so you can kind of see where we're going. Really nice countryside. And I have to say, I've got a bit of an affinity for Jeeps. A long time ago, we were offered the Jeep agency, and Jeep invited us down to the motor show as their guests, and it was a great day. The motor shows always are a good day, especially on press day, because it's free food everywhere, free champagne. I remember being sat in the Jeep hospitality unit, which was right at the top of the unit, and I could hear this voice, and it was Jeremy Clarkson. I could hear him from miles away, and Noel Edmonds was there as well, and he posing about it. Noel Edmonds was sat in this camera chair, laid back, surrounded by girls. So you can tell how long that ago it was. But then I went to work for Jeep in '99, and I went for the interview. And while I was waiting to be interviewed, the sales manager was interviewing somebody else, another salesman. Well, what can I say? So he was interviewing another salesman, and I was sat there in the reception when this lad walks up to me, and he said to me, do you know how to work finance deals out? And I said, well, yeah. can you help me with this? Anyway, I went back to his desk with him, and he'd got a customer there, and I ended up doing the finance deal for the customer and closing the deal. Needless to say, I got the job, and I started the next morning, and it was really good. I enjoyed working there. The sales manager was good. The salesmen were a good team, and we had fun, and it was just at the launch of the PT Cruiser, and there was quite a good range of cars. But my first day, I had a call on a Jeep Cherokee that we had, and anyway, I went out. First job, you should always make sure they start, because if they've been there a couple of weeks, you never know, or a previous customer's left the light on, which often happens. They mess about with all the switches, leave the lights on, you go to it and it's flat. So then I went to the fuel station, and I drove up the road, and I thought, gosh, this is awful. Bearing in mind, I'd just come from, I was sales manager at Mercedes-Benz, and I kind of took a step back and went, just fed up of working all the hours God sends, which when I look back on it now was only part-time. When you work for yourself, that's full-time. So I went up the road, come back, and I drove it straight in the workshop, and there was a mechanic there, and he was a really good lad. And I went to him and I says, there's something wrong with this Jeep. I've got a customer coming to test drive it. There's something wrong with it. And he says, well, what? I says, well, I can't put my finger on it, but it drives shit. He says, yeah. He says, they all do. He says, don't worry about it. You're used to driving Mercedes-Benz. That's what these drive like. And it was the old Cherokee. It had this like ladder rack chassis, and it just drove awful. But a great time. I only stayed there about 3 or 4 months. It was Hatfields, and I can't remember the name of the people that owned it, father and son, but they were really good people. And after about 2 weeks, I'd set my own website up with the cars on, and the MD came to see me and said, you're wasted here. We'll find you a job as a sales manager as soon as possible. But sadly, I chose to move on to somewhere else, which I didn't like at all. Anyway, right, back to the car. So, Jeeps. What can I say? Wrangler Jeep, love them. I quite like the Jeep Cherokee, and I like the Grand Cherokee, and I like this. It's a good car. It drives really nice. I can't believe the miles per gallon that's stated, though. I mean, to be honest, something like this it's like the shape of a brick. So I wouldn't say it's fantastically aerodynamic. So how the heck they get that mileage out of them, I'll just never know. Having said that, it's the same shape as that Kia there. But to be fair, I mean, I'd be happy with if I got 35 miles per gallon out of this. 40 would be a bonus, and you should do that with ease according to the stats. So suspension's great, not too much tyre noise. Bad road this, the tarmac's well worn, and there's still not too much noise. We have no rattles or bangs and knocks. Electric windows all round, the switches are here, that's just there, that's the door mirrors. We've got cruise control on the right hand side here. I think you probably have to switch it on there, cruise control ready, and then press that to set it. Not the best time to start cruise control there, just going around the corner. But the other thing, this has got its own cruise control, like all good diesel engines with lots of low-end grunt. At this moment in time, cruise control is off. I'm in 6th gear. No foot on the accelerator or the brake. Cruise control's off. It's doing 31 miles per hour, 30 miles an hour. At tick over, 950 revs. That's what I like about diesel engines. Lots of low-end torque, and we'll just keep pulling. And you know, try that in the petrol engine, see how far you get. Got air conditioning. I'll show you how to work the audio system in a short while. Got a thing there with apps. Auxiliary input. It's a good system. In the center of the screen there, click on OK. Display setup, and it gives you, there you go, 35,545 miles. It's got your trip computer. I don't really want to look at that while I'm going around these bends. Especially when they all seem to be out today. There we go, what have we got there? So that's instantaneous fuel readout, the range you've got left on your fuel. Average, showing a 41.8 miles per gallon average at the moment, and I don't really want to go down that ravine. 41.8 miles per gallon average, which, as I say, I'd be happy with that. But that's bearing in mind that for the last hour while I've been taking photographs and videoing it, the car's been just ticking over. So it's not been going anywhere, and it's been using fuel, so that will have brought it down considerably. I do like this. I do like this gearbox. I like the suspension. I like the room in it, the finish, the equipment level. And the look. And round headlights. I don't know, you can't beat them. I'm not sure whether they do just have a halogen bulb in that usually costs about 7 or 8 quid, or whether they've got xenons that cost about 100, or LEDs that don't bear thinking about. I really, really do wish the cars would go back to a simpler format. I know I'm old and set in my ways, but they were a lot simpler to work on. Let's just see if we've got, what else we've got. Driver assist. Lane sense disconnected, so lane departure warning. You know, I like the fact even on these. So again, I thought I'd switch that off. Even on the mirrors, a big Jeep, and everywhere you go in Italy, every product they make virtually, they've got the Italian colours on. So proud of everything they make, and yet in, go on Mr. Pheasant, in the UK, we've got a fantastic flag, and we should have Made in England stamped, or Made in Great Britain stamped everywhere, and a Union Jack. especially on Range Rovers and Land Rovers. Now this is a nice car. It's lovely all round. All the wheels are good, tyres are good. The only thing I've found so far is that I think the air conditioning system would benefit from a regassing, which will do. And if you want to buy this vehicle and you've watched this video, when you ring up, just remind us, make sure we've done it. And I really can't find any other problems with it. It's a lovely car. I'm just actually looking at those. They've got those steel ropes which are designed to stop pull a car back into the road rather than let it go over the top. But they don't look very high to me. There's one or two cars that I come up here in that would just go straight over the top. I must move that rock. Somebody's going to hit that. In fact, I'm going to do it now. Just bear with me. Sorry about that. Would be bad enough if you hit that in a car, but on a bike it'd be fatal, especially with that drop on the other side. Okay, well, I'll finish the test drive there. As I say, lovely car, can't fault it. Another great car into stock, came in part exchange. You can't always, obviously, legislate for what you take in part exchange, but in this case, I think I'd have gone out and bought this vehicle for stock anyway. Wow, you bellend. What an idiot. And that's the thing with that rock. It was at the side of the road. But when you get idiots like him coming along and you get squeezed over to the side of the road, you've no choice. You can't avoid it. You would have to hit it and probably right off your wheel. That's if you're in a car. If you're in a motorbike and you hit that, then you'd probably write yourself off. Anyway, an eventful test drive, but hopefully a nice one. And I'll just do the video of how to use the radio. Thanks for watching.